Today we're talking about gifts for teenage girls, especially the kinds of gifts that feel personal, wearable, trendy, and actually worth keeping. A lot of gifts lose excitement quickly, but jewelry tends to last because it combines style, emotional meaning, and everyday wearability. We are going through some of the most common questions people ask right before buying gifts for teenage girls. So, what are thoughtful gifts for teen girls under $50? Jewelry is one of the best thoughtful gifts for teen girls under $50 because it feels meaningful without needing a huge budget. Dainty necklaces, stacking rings, charm bracelets, and small hoop earrings all feel personal and elevated while still staying affordable. Teenage girls usually care more about how thoughtful a gift feels than how expensive it is. Simple jewelry works well because it becomes part of everyday outfits and keeps a sentimental value over time. So what if you need a gift for a teenage girl fast and you are out of ideas? Minimal everyday jewelry is one of the safest and easiest last-minute gift options. Simple necklaces, birthstone jewelry, bracelets, and earrings work across a lot of different personal styles. Jewelry solves a lot of gifting problems because it feels personal without requiring detailed knowledge about hobbies or trends. It works for birthdays, holidays, graduations, and everyday gifting situations. So what are good gifts for artsy teenage girls that aren't basic? Artsy teenage girls usually prefer jewelry with personality and creative details. Celestial necklaces, colorful stones, abstract rings, layered chains, and vintage-inspired styles all feel more expressive and unique. The best gifts for creative girls still need to feel wearable enough for daily life. Jewelry works well because it allows self-expression while still being practical and timeless. So what are good gifts for teenage girls who are hard to impress? Teenage girls who are hard to impress usually respond best to gifts that feel personal instead of overly trendy. Jewelry with initials, birthstone, symbolic charms, or elevated minimal designs tends to feel more intentional. A lot of teenage girls can tell when the gift feels random or rushed. Jewelry stands out because it combines fashion with emotional meaning in a way that feels more thoughtful and lasting. So what are good gifts for teenage girls besides clothes? Jewelry is one of the best alternatives to clothing because it avoids sizing issues while still feeling fashionable and personal. Necklaces, rings, bracelets, and earrings work across different styles and seasons without the risk of choosing the wrong fit. Other gifts can work too, but jewelry usually has more long-term value because it becomes part of everyday wear. It feels useful, emotional, and wearable all at once. So what are memorable gifts for teenage girls that aren't super expensive? Affordable jewelry often becomes more memorable than larger gifts because it carries emotional meaning. Birthstone necklaces, engraved bracelets, symbolic charms, and layered rings all feel personal without needing a high price point. Teenage girls usually remember gifts they wear repeatedly. Jewelry stays part of daily life, which helps it keep sentimental value long after the occasion is over. So what are teenage girl birthday gifts that feel aesthetic and trendy? Layered necklaces, huggy earrings, stacking rings, and dainty bracelets are some of the best aesthetic and trendy birthday gifts for teenage girls. These styles feel current while still staying timeless enough for long-term wear. Teenage girls usually prefer gifts that look effortless instead of overly formal. Minimal jewelry works because it pairs naturally with casual outfits and everyday styling. So what are good gifts for teenage girls who already buy themselves everything they want? The best gifts for teenage girls who already buy themselves everything are gifts with emotional meaning instead of just function. Personalized jewelry feels different because it reflects thought, memories, or relationships. Even girls who buy trendy things for themselves still appreciate jewelry that feels symbolic or sentimental. A meaningful necklace or ring usually lasts much longer emotionally than impulse purchases. So, what do you get your teenage granddaughter that she'll actually like? Simple and timeless jewelry is one of the safest and most appreciated gifts for a teenage granddaughter. Delicate necklaces, birthstone jewelry, bracelets, and small earrings feel stylish without trying too hard. Teenage girls usually want gifts that feel wearable and current while still carrying emotional value. Jewelry balances both, which makes it much more likely to be worn regularly. And finally, what are good gift ideas for teenage girls when you are scared they won't like it? Minimal jewelry is one of the lowest risk gift options because it works with many different styles and personalities. Dainty necklaces, subtle bracelets, simple rings, and classic earrings all feel versatile and easy to wear. When people worry about choosing the wrong gift, timeless pieces usually work better than highly trend specific items. Jewelry feels personal, fashionable, and practical without being overwhelming.